Chiefs Kingdom, we've got a feel-good story to kick this one off. A Chiefs star just shared some truly heartwarming news right before stepping back onto the field, and you can feel the energy rippling through the locker room. It's the kind of life update that reminds you these guys are more than stat lines. They're people with families, faith, and real moments that fuel their game. Tonight, we're breaking down what that news means for the player, for Andy Reid's plan on Sunday, and for the Chiefs' bigger push this fall. We'll hit the strategy, the snap counts, the matchup wrinkles, and what this does to the AFC picture. If you're here for optimism with a side of X's and O's, you're in the right place. And hey, if you're new here, welcome to Kansas City Chiefs Today, the daily home for breaking news, rumors, recaps, and fan-first commentary. Let's talk about how a personal milestone can translate into football momentum. We've watched this core fight through adversity the last few weeks. Close games, evolving roles, and a locker room that never loses its voice. Now, right as one of KC's playmakers gears up to return, the off-field news lands like a spark. Teammates notice it. Coaches notice it. Fans absolutely feel it. This is a player who doesn't just run routes or set edges. He sets a tone. When leaders share good news, it lightens the building. Music hits different. Walkthroughs feel sharper. The first 15 scripted plays start to hum. You know how Andy Reid handles big weeks. Stay on schedule, trust the install, and let the player's strengths fit the plan, not the other way around. The return isn't just about one snap count number. It's about the ripple effect across personnel groupings, motion rules, and how KC attacks leverage. There's also the human side. When life gives you a jolt of gratitude, whether it's family, health, or faith, it can add a layer of focus you can't fake. And this roster feeds on focus. Let's get specific about how this can show up on the field. First, the energy bump. Emotion isn't a strategy, but in football it's a multiplier. A confident player accelerates through stems, finishes blocks, and fights for one more yard after contact. Second, the role clarity. When a returning star re-enters the rotation, everyone else's job tightens. You might see cleaner spacing from the receivers, sharper releases versus press, and more decisive cuts on option routes because the hierarchy is clearer. Third, the situational lift. Third and medium is where a security blanket matters most. If the star is an underneath separator, you get more stick, snag, and rub concepts. If he's a vertical threat, you unlock the deep over behind play action or the backside post when safeties roll. Red zone? That's where a quarterback's trust really shows. Expect designed isolations, slant/flat picks, fade stop, or a back shoulder window where chemistry wins. KC has been at its best historically when it forces defenses to defend every blade of grass. Run game impact is real too. Defenses play lighter boxes when they respect the perimeter. Suddenly duo and inside zone hit cleaner, and those sift blocks from the H-back become difference makers. On protection, a returning star who wins quickly reduces time to throw. You'll see more rhythm passing, three-step with a hitch, and fewer plays where the QB has to extend. That keeps the offense on schedule, which is Andy Reid's favorite place. Defensively, there's a hidden bonus: complementary football. Sustained drives give Spagnuolo more chances to dial up pressure from multiple looks. When the offense stacks first downs, the pass rush stays fresh, and the coverage disguises get nastier late in the game. And don't forget special teams. If this player touches returns or draws attention on kick coverage alignments, your hidden yardage improves. Field position swings outcomes in the margins. Let's talk personnel and concepts you might see with the return. 11 personnel becomes the base, with motion to create leverage and force tells from the defense. Expect fast motions, jet, return, and short splits to identify man versus zone before the snap. If the star is a boundary side weapon, you'll see mirrored concepts. Run slant flat to the field, tag a fade stop to the boundary, and let the QB pick the best leverage. If corners play off, take the gift. If they press, punish with inside releases and rubs. Watch for play-action glances from condensed sets. Condensed formations create traffic for defenders, helping the route win early. The glance route is quick, violent, and tailored for a player who can sell vertical then slam the brakes. In the middle of the field, dagger and drive will be on the call sheet. Clear out with a vertical, bring the dig underneath, and pair a shallow cross to stress linebackers. If the returning player threatens the deep safety, the dig opens like a runway. KC also loves RPO tags when they trust timing. If the box count is heavy, pull and hit the glance or bubble. If it's light, hand it off and let the backs punish light personnel. In the red area, look for stacked releases and switch calls to force communication. A quick switch can create a free release off the line. If the defense trades it poorly, it's 6. And finally, the tempo change. A returning veteran often gets a controlled tempo to start, quick hitters, scripted touches, and early motion, then the offense stretches the field once he's settled. Think of it like revving the engine before you floor it on the highway. From the fan side, this is pure juice. Chiefs Kingdom rallies around the human stories because they connect the team to the city. When a player opens up about something meaningful, it turns a game into a shared moment. Media-wise, expect the podium questions to lean into perspective. How did this news change your week? What did your teammates say? You'll hear about gratitude, focus, and playing for something bigger than yourself. But let's keep it real. Football still demands execution. The warm feelings give you a spark. The playbook gives you points. When the ball is snapped, it's still technique, leverage, and finish. Fans want both, the story and the results. That's why this moment resonates. It's the heart meeting the helmet. The AFC is a street fight every single week. Small edges, a returning star, a third down conversion, a red zone stop, swing playoff tiebreakers in December. You stockpile these little wins now so you're not scoreboard watching later. And if the opponent is a familiar rival, the stakes multiply. Rivalry weeks stress communication, because both sides know the tendencies. A fresh spark in the lineup can be the unpredictable element that tilts the field. This is also about seeding. Win your division games and you control your path. Add a motivated difference maker to that equation, and you raise the ceiling of what this team can be down the stretch. So what should we watch for on game day? Early touches that build rhythm. A couple of quick game completions or a featured carry to get the heartbeat right. Then the expansion pack, a layered play-action shot, a double move off a tendency, or a red zone isolation where the QB trusts his guy to win. If the defense rolls coverage, take the underneath gifts and let the YAC eat. If they stay honest, take your vertical swing when the hash safeties hesitate. On the sideline, look for the little moments. A smile after a tough catch, a dap from teammates, a coach's nod after a clean route. Those are signals that the flow state is real. And when KC hits that flow state, the whole building feels it. Big picture, this is about momentum and message. The heartwarming news is a reminder that joy fuels greatness. And in a league of inches, joy might be the inch that pushes you past the marker. That's the latest from Kansas City Chiefs today. The return, the ripple effects, and why this story matters on and off the field. We ride with the human moments and we break down the football every single day. Drop your takes in the comments and join the road to 5,000 subs here on Kansas City Chiefs Today.